What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I just got home from seeing Rebel Wilson's brand new film Bride Hard at the theater, and I was completely surprised by how awful this movie is. Right now, it's one of the worst films of the year. What is Bride Hard all about, and why should you avoid it like the plague? So Bride Hard pretty much is if you took the movies Bridesmaids and Die Hard and smashed them together. I guess you would have Bride Hard. Even though, if those movies really were smashed together, that would be a heck of a lot more entertaining than the movie I saw this afternoon. So, what is Bride Hard all about? Well, in this film, you're supposed to believe that Rebel Wilson is a secret agent, and she's also a bridesmaid in her best friend's wedding. She was the maid of honor, but because she gets distracted with her secret agent lifestyle, she kind of disappears for a little bit. She gets demoted, and so she goes from maid of honor to a regular bridesmaid throughout the course of the movie. And then on the wedding day itself, that is when the bad guys show up. They're looking for something. They want to steal something from these rich people, and everything goes to hell. And then the only person capable of saving the day is Rebel Wilson. Let's talk about it. So when I dog on a movie, I always try to find one positive aspect, because as I always like to say, even though a movie can be complete garbage, there has to be one element, at least one element, that is good, that is positive. And when it comes to Bride Hard, this was extremely difficult for me to do. So the one positive that I am going to mention from this movie, the flowers were beautiful. The flowers were so gorgeous. They just look so pretty. Other than that, I have nothing good to say about this film. So let's start off with who is actually responsible for this steaming hot piece of garbage. Who directed Bride Hard? Simon West. The name sounded familiar to me, but I wasn't really sure what else he had done. So I looked up his filmography on IMDb, and I was shocked to see that Simon West has given us some pretty decent action films in the past. Con Air, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, and also Expendables 2, my personal favorite of that franchise. So when I saw that, I gasped. He gave us this. I just don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. How did he finish this project and put his stamp of approval on it and actually give it to a studio and say, hey, this is finished and this is good. This is not good. This is awful. So bad. So let's now focus on Rebel Wilson. She's terrible in this movie. Absolutely terrible. What makes Rebel Wilson is not present in this movie at all. I felt like her spark in this film that I had seen in prior movies of hers was not here at all. It looked to me like she said yes to doing this movie, possibly to do something completely different, but also she wanted a paycheck, and that was pretty much it. I was just going through the motions, like, okay. There was just really nothing good about her performance at all. And then getting to the action fight sequences, those were laughable, because you're supposed to believe that Rebel Wilson, granted, she has lost some weight, okay? She looks good. She has lost weight, but we're supposed to believe that Rebel Wilson is capable of beating up all of these guys that are between 6 foot to 6'5" and probably around 250 pounds. And we're supposed to believe that Rebel Wilson's character is annihilating all of them with a curling iron. I am not kidding. That happens. That happens in the movie. She's double fisted with 2 curling irons, and she is beating up a guy with a gun. With a gun! He has a gun. Don't ask me why he never shoots. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It boggles my mind. It really does. She's using all of these different items, these household items. She barely uses a weapon, barely has a gun in her hand or a knife or something like that. Anything. No, she goes for curling irons. She goes for candles, like these big, long, thick candles, heavy candles that she could use to knock someone out. Don't ask me why. I did not write this. Speaking of the script, it is so cringy. It is a cringe fest. It is just so awful because the way the script is written, you do not care about any of these characters. I don't care about Rebel Wilson. I don't really care about the bride, who is Anna Camp, that's getting married. I don't care about her. Her future sister-in-law, who's played by Anna Klumsky, my girl back in the day, and then she went on to be on that TV show Veep. Don't care about her. She's the worst. She's the worst character in here. She is awful. She is nasty. Don't care about her. If the entire wedding party was shot up, I don't think I would care. Honestly, I would not shed a tear. It would not even cross my mind. There's just so many unlikable characters in this movie. It is unbelievable. No one has any kind of redeeming qualities or anything. And I do want to say that one of the biggest disappointments in this cast is Divine Joy Randolph. She just won an Oscar 2 years ago for The Holdovers in Best Supporting Actress. And this movie is what she follows up her Oscar win with. Now, there is another film. I guess she was also in Shadow Force. I have not seen that film yet, so I can't judge until I see that movie. But that's embarrassing. She wins an Oscar, and then her follow-up film is this, Bride Hard. Oh man, if I were her, I would fire all of my management team, whoever takes care of me, and I would hire all new people. Because Divine Joy Randolph, let me tell you, your people are not doing their job for you. Because this film is terrible. Absolutely terrible. So that was extremely unfortunate to see that she was in this movie. I knew she was in the film because I did see her in the trailer. But seeing her act out in this movie, it was like such a stereotypical character. I hated her. I hated seeing her portray a character like that. It was just so awful because we know how great she can be. If you saw The Holdovers, you know she was fantastic. She won the Oscar for a reason. So to backslide and be in a movie like this was just extremely disappointing to see. So I'm sure you're all kind of wondering, or maybe not, I don't know, of who the villain is in this movie. Stephen Dorff. Stephen Dorff is the villain in Bride Hard. He was definitely in this film for a paycheck because you could tell he just was going through the motions, just saying the dialogue, didn't really care. He's played this type of character so many times. He's got it memorized, backwards, forwards, sideways, diagonal, whatever. And it just looked like he was not interested at all. Kind of like how the audience felt. And I was one of 4 people in the movie theater. So it was so disappointing again to see Stephen Dorff, an actor that I'm familiar with back in the day. He was in Blade, okay? He was the villain in Blade, and he goes from Blade to Bride Hard. Oh, God. It's just so bad. It's so bad. It's horrendous. There's also another, I guess, like, secondary villain in the movie. And that was no big shock and surprise because you could see that coming a mile away. So very predictable. Again, I said the script was extremely flawed, and it is. No big creativity there. Now we got to talk about Rebel Wilson and her stunt double, because in this movie, it is so obvious that she has a stunt double for every single action scene that she is in. In particular, there's one moment where her and Anna Camp as the bride, they're kind of driving this, I don't even know what it is, but this vehicle, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's got like a big fan on the back, but it's on land. It's not in the water. So I'm not really sure what you call it, but if you see the trailer, you know what I'm talking about. So they are in this vehicle contraption thing. Every single time that they do a far away wide shot, it is blonde hair covering all in front of the face. You can't see who's driving it. Every single time it's a close up, you can clearly see Rebel Wilson. She kind of has like an Ariana Grande ponytail, and she has her blonde hair. But when it's shot far away, all the blonde hair is in the front of the body double or the stunt double's face, so you cannot see who it is. And that is a trend that happens throughout the entire film. Every single time Rebel Wilson's character is in a fight sequence, the blonde hair is covering the face, so you cannot see who it is. That's just lazy, in my opinion. That is just pure laziness. They're like, grab the wig, put it over the stunt double's face so we can hide her so we know it's not Rebel. I mean, come on. Simon West, you couldn't get a little bit more creative with the camera work or anything like that. I mean, that just adds to the embarrassment of the whole entire project. It is just so stupid. But the creme de la creme of awfulness is when we do get to the very end of the film, and there is such an awful, god-awful green screen scene. I don't even know what to say. Because it is just so obvious that they are using a green screen background, and you have Rebel Wilson and Anna Camp together in this little vehicle that I was talking about. It looks so bad, horrible, so obvious. It boggles my mind how the final cut of this movie got past the studio. A studio executive sat there and watched this whole movie beginning to end and said, yep, that's great. It looks great. It looks fantastic. Let's put it out in theaters. They should be fired. This movie is horrible. I know I've said it so many times, but there's no other word that I can use. It is absolutely insanely bad. Insanely awful. Is there anything else that I could say about this movie? It is just so dumb, nonsense at some points. It is so cringy. The actresses chosen, the characters that are played are just so dumb and so cringy. This whole entire project, why was it even made? I don't know. I don't know why it was made, but it is so not necessary. It is one of the worst films of the year. Why did I go and see it? I was curious. I knew this movie was not going to be that great, but I wanted to see it for myself. And look what happened. It is just so bad, so awful. Plus, I like to have my worst of movies at the end of the year, and this is definitely going to be one of them. So do not waste your time. Do not waste your money. Definitely do not go to the theater to see Bride Hard. It is not worth it. Unless you have like a subscription pass every single month like I do. If you have AMC A-List and you want to check it out, okay, that's what I did. Go ahead. There's not a lot of selections in July, so if you want to use one of those, I can understand. But if you're paying, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not buy that ticket. I would not even recommend that you stream this movie because there's so many other better movies out there than Bride. I can't even say the name right. Avoid this film like the plague. It is truly terrible. So those are all of my thoughts and opinions about Bride Hard. I am warning you, stay away from it, but if you want to have a conversation about it, comment down below and let me know your thoughts about this movie. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.